The second HSCC touring car race to the way, and it's from the outside the front row. It is Tim Davies that leads the way then from in second Neil Brown. It's a poor start though from the BMW, the pole car. Jonathan Gombe won the earlier race. He's just sliced up on the inside of Robin Slater to get fourth. But look at John Pugsley, he really attacking Neil Brown there. Out of Agostini as they head now down towards Hamilton. So it's a two Cortinas at the front. And now Jonathan Gombe trying to challenge John Pugsley at Hamilton there. That was a non, was it? Now onto the brakes and Oggies. And it's the two Cortinas that lead from the Anglia and the BMW as they turn their way through Williams. And you see the roofs as they went between Oggies and Williams. Now you see full view of the cars. They head down the Bentley straight, and the two Cortinas absolutely tied together because sitting there right in the slipstream is Neil Brown off the race leader Tim Davies. And here he goes round the outside as they head towards Brundle. He can't get that done. Meanwhile, up on the inside, John Pugsley has gone and through. Jonathan Gombe the third, and in fifth place now Simon Benoit in the Imp has got himself ahead of Robin Slater. So a few changes there on the run down the Bentley straight into Brundle, which you sort of expect for these touring car races. Some cars a bit faster than others, and of course them in the straight line, and of course slipstreaming as well coming to pay effect of it. But look at this then, we've got a queue of them heading into Murray's. It's Tim Davies just leading from Neil Brown. Then Robin Slater was into sixth, just behind him Pete Morgan in the Mini, and behind Pete Morgan was the number 94 Steve Plapp's Hillman Imp. Look a bit further down the path, just behind the Alpha there, that's the second of the Minis, taken over from Roger Godfrey. This race having his first ever circuit race for Steve Trower in the Austin Mini Cooper S. So the back of the pack there's the Volvo, the P544, Richard Conway at the wheel of that. So out to Palmer, look at this, still got the three leaders tied as one, heading down towards Agostini, and here comes Jonathan Gombe. He made it move up to fourth last time, the inside of Agostini. This time it's on Neil Brown, who chops him off. He stays in front of the Cortina then. That's going to allow Tim Davies just to sprint away. He's definitely the quickest driver out there. He's quickly qualified. He had a great comeback drive in the first race, fastest lap there too, and here comes Gombe up on the inside again with Davies. He wants to stop trying those inside lines to Hamilton because that's not going to work. It's too far to a corner to make the move there, which you're really bold about it. All that's allowed Tim Davies to get away. And look at Simon Benoit, he's hustling John Pugsley, and in turn Pugsley getting onto the back of the BMW of Jonathan Gombe. So they turn their way through Williams now, and onto the back straight they come. You can see the top five there, all in a line. Robin Slater not going so well in this race, the second of the Angulas. He'd start to drop away now, flying down the back straight. There's the BMW, Jonathan Gombe. You can really see the speed, over 100 miles per hour. Of course, these cars going down the back straight. Gombe trying to attack the Cortina of Neil Brown into Brundle there. Couldn't get it done though. So still, and look at this, the leads come down. Neil Brown started to close Tim Davies back in then. The Davies leads, Brown in second, the two Cortinas first and second still. Look at this, Pete Morgan hustling Robin Slater, and they're out of a sixth now. Now poor start there from the Mustang. It was the early leader in race one, that being Simon Miller. Let's see what he can do, but they complete the second lap then. It's 6/10 of a second in it between Davies and Brown in third. Jonathan Gombe just a further second down on the second of those Cortinas. But here they come, we can see them back on our screens, and it's Jonathan Gombe attacking. He's closed out second in well and truly, and the BMW charged up on the inside like he did in the last lap, and again covering the line is Neil Brown. He's not going to be fooled by the BMW, keep diving up on the inside there. He's going to make sure he has that covered. It's again allowing Tim Davies to get away, so head down towards Hamilton again. Gombe going for that tighter line into the corner, lifts the front inside wheel up there, the front left wheel up off the ground as they head through Hamilton. I think a similar thing is going on. Agostini's the leader, locks up. Tim Davies locks up into Oggies, and that lead's just been disintegrated in that little mistake from the race leader. So here comes Neil Brown. He's right underneath the leader now. The first lap we saw he had a good run down the back straight here, and he's used up all the road. road to make sure he's got the best exit. They've really pulled away from Gom, the two Cortinas and nose to tail. They're tied together as they head down the Bentley Straight. They pass us here, there's a few car lengths between them, so I think Tim Davies should be safe as they turn their way into the left-hander at Brundle, and he does stay in front. But the Cortinas actually go, and now Jonathan Gom starts joining that battle as well. Behind him, John Pugsley and Tom Benoit battling it out for 4th position. What else we got in 6th? There's the Million Pete Morgan, and 7th Simon Miller. 8th Steve Platt, 2nd Mustang in 9th. That being Mark Watts, of course. But what I was wondering then, where's Robin Slater in the 2nd Anglia? Now there's the 4th place battle, the leading Anglia in that. John Pugsley just had a Sun Benoit in the Ip. Now where is the 73 machine of Robin Slater? I think he is in there actually. No. We appear to have lost Robin Slater, so it looks like a retirement for him. So it's across the line that time. It's half a second between the two Cortinas, and Gom only a further 6/10 down on Brown. So 1.1 seconds to race the top 3, and they make their way down. Now look at that. Gom went to the inside late and looking up. Neil Brown looking up as he kept a tighter line. So there's the BMW in 3rd. Of Gom. So this is a great touring car race. It's a 20-minute race they've got, and a bit of dust in the background as they turn their way to Hamilton. And Jonathan Gom gets the car all sideways. Oh, he has to get on the brakes, so he's on the grass as well. A big mistake from Jonathan Gom there, and that's going to allow the two Cortinas to sprint away and have their own race. Let's watch them as we can see their routes down to Williams. And look, you can see on the further stretch of road going down towards Montreal other cars. That's an interesting shot, wasn't it? So heading down onto the Bentley Straight, the two Cortinas together, Tim Davies and Neil Brown, your two race leaders in Lotus Ford Cortinas, heading down towards Brundle. There you can see Davies is starting to break away as they go underneath the Snetterton bridge. Now there's Jonathan Gom. Can he close in those two Cortinas? Not that far ahead. John Pugsley in 4th. 5th Simon Benoit in the Hillman Imp. And then in 6th, it should be Pete Morgan in his Mini Cooper. Yes, but look at Simon Miller in the powerful Mustang right underneath him. Leaders together then. Still Neil Brown behind Tim Davies. The battle of the 4th really on, because Simon Benoit right underneath John Pugsley through this section of the circuit. So he's going well. Now we look back to the battle for 6th. Pete Morgan pulled away from Simon Miller. You can see them really much stronger around this section of the track than the Ford Mustang, as you'd expect. Then 8th Steve Platt. 9th Mark Watts under lots of pressure from the Alfa Romeo in the hands of David Morrow. And 11th, that's John Abill, just ahead of Dean Trower, who is saying his first race is in Project Godfrey's Mini. Right, leaders, and look at Gom coming back at the leaders now. So into Agostini. Gom using that really tight line once again. He's got right onto the tail of Brown there, but it's Brown taking the sweeping line fast around the corner. Up towards Hamilton they go then. And Gom again likes them tighter lines, doesn't he? Quicker into the corner, but slower out, that means. So down towards Oggies. Nothing can be separating this top 2, can it? Neil Brown still behind. He can't find a way past Tim Davies. Tim Davies in his day, single-seater racer. Neil Brown, he's an engine builder. Look at that, Tim Davies perhaps just weaving a little bit to try and break the slipstream to Neil Brown. There you go then, the Cortina still leads, and in 2nd the Cortina, and 3rd the BMW 1800 of Jonathan Gom. Davies and Gom in their Class B, the HSCC spec cars, and the FIA spec car it is for Neil Brown. K3 is it. The K cars, FIA homologated. Now, look at Simon Benoit, he's still with John Pugsley. A great scrap that is for 4th place. It's the final lap of the race then, and Jonathan Gomm's moved up ahead of Neil Brown. He's into second. Tim Davies just breaking away. There's a bit of traffic up the road as well. And look it up there. The leader, 44. Tim Davies looking up into the hairpin. He still leads though. Jonathan Gomm in second, just kicking up the dirt as the car slid out wide. Third place, Neil Brown. They're just coming up to the Austin A40. Farina and Pete Wright and the Hillman Imp of Guidon September. Tell you, Jonathan Townsend's also retired from the race. 17 cars still going, and Gomm and Brown tied together second, but perhaps this has allowed the leader, Tim Davies, just to get away, as he's going to have to find a way past the A40 that sticks to one side of the road, let the leaders go past the other side. That small lead for Tim Davies could well be the victory lead, but here comes Neil Brown, perhaps looking the inside of Gomm, but Gomm defends that line. They've got to go the inside of the imp, so they all have to stay tight through Brundle. And Gomm, Jonathan Gomm, he's really closed in the lead there. They exit Nelson. Yes, they're tied together again, but not really any places further to overtake. We look over to the bomb hole on the exit of the corner here. Yes, it's still the Cortina that looks like it's going to take the win, so the win should go to Tim Davies, second Jonathan Gomm, and third Neil Brown.